Good morning, students. This is your CP Google class on looping statements. As I have informed you in the earlier classes, your chat box is enabled, and I have also given the unmute option to you. So if you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask your doubt. I hope this is clear. Okay, so in the previous classes, we have discussed conditional statements, which belongs to module 2. So the 5 types of conditional statements, and then we also saw related programs in lab sheet 2. Continuing the same, we have module 2 second part is regarding looping statements. So yesterday I had shared a video regarding the same, a little introduction to why this looping statements are necessary. We may have some examples where we need to execute something repeatedly. Like the same thing has to be repeatedly executed. We need to say send some messages to some 1,000 people, or say we need to print some message some 100 times. So in that case, executing the same statement by typing it becomes a very tedious procedure. So for that, to make things easy, we use the concept of looping. Looping is nothing but repeated execution. So looping means we are repeatedly executing the same set of instructions again and again, multiple execution of statements. So till a particular condition is satisfied, because we need to specify a condition, otherwise the loop becomes infinite. For example, we say print 100 times, so we will be printing till 100 times only, so it does not continue forever. So then, while seeing this type of problem, we have specific conditions. So when we have a loop, there are 3 things which are main to be understood. The first one is initialization, and then we have condition. The third one is updation. So we normally say ICU, right? Which is initialization, condition, updation, right? And then we have the statement which needs to be executed multiple times. This statement is written as body of the loop, like we have seen many in the main function, right? So where we have body of the function or the body of main program. Similarly, we have body of the loop here, which is the statement to be executed multiple times. So mainly, we need to understand the important feature of any type of loop. There are 3 things in any type of loop. ICU, that is initialization, condition, updation. Okay. So in this case, we have initialization is nothing but, like we have seen, initializing a particular variable with a value, and then we have condition is checking for a particular condition. Updation is to change the value of the initialized variable. The initialized variable is called as index. Let us see examples as well. So before going to that, we have 3 types of loop. First one is while loop, and then we have for loop, and then do while loop. Okay, so all the 3 types of loops are used for repeated execution. Okay, so when we say a while loop, while, for, do while, all these are keywords. So we need to write them in small letters. So let us see the first type of looping statement, which is while loop. Okay, so the first type of looping statements is while loop. So when we say while loop, there is the first part, initialization. So we are giving an initial value to a variable, and then we write while, which is the keyword, and within bracket the condition is specified. Let us see an example. So in this case, we have the statement which is to be executed, and then we have the updation. Okay, so in this case we have updation, which is nothing but changing the value of the variable. So let us see an execution. We have an example program, the first program for looping, which is program to display Presidency University multiple times. So if we need to print Presidency University only once, we will write printf Presidency University. So that we know printf Presidency University will print it only once. Now we need to specify the same thing multiple times. So let us see. I am displaying a new screen here. So which is the program based on while loop. So as usual, the start is including the header file and main, and then we are declaring two variables here. Please note, I is an index and then number is how many times we want to print Presidency University. So in this case, we ask the user enter how many times to print Presidency University. So when we say we want to print it once, we will simply give printf Presidency University, right? So now we want to print say 10 times. So in this case, we enter 10, right? So number is 10. Now we have I equal to 1. So this is the first part. This is nothing but initialization, right? So initialization is the first part where we are initializing the index variable to 1. That is the starting number. Now we have given number as 10, right? So that means input we need to print 10 times. As per the input, we need to print Presidency University 10 times. So now we are going to check for I less than equal to number. So initially I is 1. So we check 1, is it less than equal to 10? Because number is 10. So this condition we check, and then it is, since this condition is true, right? So 1 is less than 10. So condition is true. So it enters into the while loop. So from this bracket to this entire thing is body of the while loop. So once the condition is true, like we have if condition, if the condition is true, only then it enters the body of the if condition. Similarly, if this condition is true, only then it enters the while loop body. So first thing is to print Presidency University. And now when we say percentage D, we have something like percentage D time here. This is for us to count how many times we have printed. So percentage D time, if we observe percentage D will map to the variable I. So first the value of I is 1. So it will print one time Presidency University, right? So the output for this statement will be like this. One time it will print, I'll write in short, Presidency University. Now what happens? It will be checking for this condition. So as I told you, there are three parts. So in any loop, initialization, and this is the condition, and this statement is called as updation. So we have ICU, right? Initialization, condition, and updation. So updation can be either increment, decrement, or add 2, add 4, subtract 5, multiply 6. It can be any type of updation. The meaning is we are incrementing or decrementing the value of the index. We are updating the value of the index, which is I. So in this case, we are incrementing this I here. So we just check. So what happens? I updation, I becomes 2, right? So now again, once we print Presidency University, we go back to this loop. Now I is 2. We check 2, is it less than equal to 10? So 2 is less than 10. So condition true. Now it has already printed one time, right? So one time Presidency University. So that was one output. So let me write it here. Okay. So we have output. I'll just write, say one time PU is printed. Now when we say this, it has updated. So instead of 1, it becomes 2. So what do we get here? The next we get 2 time PU because I value has incremented. So we print second time. Now again we have I++. Update. 2 will be updated. 2 plus 2 plus 1 becomes 3, right? So now I value is 3. So this is 2 times in execution of the loop. So multiple execution happens. So multiple times we are printing the same statement. You can observe, because we have given percentage d time, 1 is the value of I and it prints Presidency University. Next I value becomes 2, it prints 2 time Presidency University. Now we incremented I became 3, right? So I is 3 now. So it again goes back to while loop. The condition is going to be checked. So this is how it increments repeatedly. Now condition is I less than equal to number. So I value is 3. 3 less than equal to 10. Yes, 3 is less than 10. So condition is true. Again, it has to print percentage D, which is I times PU. So I is nothing but 3. So it will print now, sorry. So this is 3. So my cursor is here now. So it is going to print as 3 times PU. Okay. So now it has printed I is 3 times PU. Now that is 3 executions. Next we have updation I plus plus. So 3 becomes 3 plus plus. 3 plus 1 is 4. So I is 4 now. So similarly it checks 4 now. 4 less than 10, true. So print 4 time PU, right? So 4 time PU. Similarly, it is going to print 5 time up to 10, right? So 5 time PU. I'm just typing this for reference. So this is how we check. So 5 times 6, because we have given n value as 10, we are going to print 10 times. So 7, and next output we will get again I increments. So we will get I value is 8. So it prints 8 time PU, check. Then I becomes 9. 9 is less than 10. It will print 9 time PU, right? Then again I increments to 10. So it prints 10 time PU, right? Let us see now what happens. It has printed 10 times, correct? So I just comment this so that when we execute, it does not disturb the execution. Okay, I've just commented. So let us see what happens after this case. So we executed till 10. So I value is 10 now. 10 is equal to 10, so it is true, right? So it has printed till 10 time PU, right? So like we did for 1 2 3 4, similarly up to 10. Now updation, we had 10 time PU. Now what happens? I is 10. So I plus plus, I becomes 10 plus 1 11. So let us see again when it goes back to check, I value is 11. Now what happens to the condition? 11 is neither less than 10 nor is it equal. So condition becomes false, right? So condition is false, so it does not enter into the loop and it comes out of the loop. So control flow comes out of the loop and the loop is completed. So what do we get every time? It prints 1 time, 2 time, and totally we get 10 time PU. I hope this is clear. So this is called as looping statement. We are executing one particular statement multiple times. We want to print Presidency University multiple times. So we use while loop. The same way we can do for loop and do while loop also. So I will repeat this again. So we have index I, and then we have a number which is to know how many times we want to print or execute a particular statement. So take input for that number. So we are going to ask input, say number, enter how many times, say we enter 10. Input, the value of number is 10. For any loop, we have 3 things very important. ICU, that is initialization, condition, and updation. So first thing is initialization. We are initializing the index to 1. We will start with 1 and up to how many times we want to execute. So then we have the condition. While we have the keyword while, in bracket we write the condition I less than equal to number. That means we check whether I is less than equal to 10. And then we have to print presidency university multiple times, say 10 times. So we have the statement which is body of the loop. This statement is going to execute multiple times. So first time I is 1, it prints one time presidency university. And then we have the updation. In this case, updation is I plus plus. I plus plus means we are adding 1. Okay, so add 1 to the value of I becomes 2, and similarly now check 2 less than equal to 10. Yes, condition will be true. It prints 2 time presidency university, and then I becomes 3. Similarly, this process continues until I is 10. So it has printed 10 time presidency university, right? Because I continues till 10, it prints 10 time presidency university. Now, when we change the updated value, I becomes 10 plus 1, 11. So once it becomes 11, we check with the condition 11 less than equal to 10. Yes, 11 less than equal to 10. When we check the condition, we see that it is false because 11 is neither less nor is it equal to 10. So condition becomes false. Once the condition is false, the control flow comes out of the loop. So it comes out and we have printed the statement 10 times as per our input. So our input was number equal to 10. That means we need to print the statement Presidency University 10 times. We have printed the statement 10 times. I hope this is clear. Now let us see an execution and then I will give you time so that you can ask me if you have any doubts. Okay, so I've just saved it. So let us see. Here we have so once we compile, we have the execution. Enter how many times? So like we saw in our example, I will enter 10 as the input. That means the value of number is 10. We are expecting the computer to print 10 times. So as we see, this is the output. 1 time and 2 time, every time I value changes, we have printed Presidency University 10 times. I hope this is clear. So I am unmuting all of you. Let me know if you have any doubts. Dear students, all of you are unmuted. Please ask if you have any doubts or if you have understood this while loop concept example. Is this example clear? Okay, we have a message. Okay, so I have unmuted all of you. I have explained the concept of while loop today. We took an example. So let me know if you have any doubts in this concept. In case you are not unmuted, you have the option of unmuting yourself. Okay. Thank you. Is this concept clear? While loop? Dear students, we have a few questions here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if it is clear, good. And we have 1 or 2 questions here. I would like to answer it as well. When we see the example, So in this case, we have int main. You can use void main also, no problem. The question says why int main. So not a problem at all. We can use void main also. Okay, and we have one more question, very interesting, very good. So why cannot we start from 10? Yes, we can start from 10. Let me show you. When we have a looping statement, one way of execution, I was coming to it next. So one way is when we are starting from 1 and printing 1 2 3 up to 10. So we are incrementing the value of I. Okay, so here, so in this case, we are printing the value of I starting from 1, and then we are incrementing it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10. We are adding 1 every time. The one way of implementing loop is by incrementing the index. Another way is by decrementing the index. So let us say we don't want to print 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to print in reverse. That means we want to print 10, 9, 8, so on, and up to 1. So we can start the value of I from 10. So let us see how this works. So we need to start from 10. So when we say 10, 9, 8, that means we need to decrement. So instead of increment, we will use I minus minus. Now please note that the condition also has to change. Why? Because say we give 10 here, we want to print 10 times, and if we give I less than equal to number, so initially it is 10. So it becomes 10 less than equal to 10 is true, correct? So now it will print 10 time PU. First it will print 10 time PU. Now what happens? I becomes minus minus. So I becomes 10 minus 1, 9. Now what will it print? It will check. So it is 9. So is 9 less than equal to 10? Yes, 9 is less than 10. So it will print 9 time PU now. Okay. So it has printed 9 time PU, right? So then updation 8, right? So it will print 8 time PU because 8 is less than 10, right? So 8 is less than 10. It has printed 8 time PU. Now 8 minus 1. So I becomes 7. So again check 7, is it less than 10? Yes, 7 less than 10. It prints 7 time PU. This will continue. Okay. So like we wanted, it will print 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. So 6, then it will print 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then it will print 1. So till here we saw as we expected. Okay, 1 is less than equal to 10. Let us see what happens next. Now it has printed 1 time PU. What should happen next is I minus minus. It becomes 0. Now we expect it to stop because it has printed 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up to 10 times it has already printed. We don't want it to continue. But what actually happens, because updation 0, we check 0 is less than equal to 10. Yes, that is true. Now it will start printing 0 time PU. Now updation, it becomes minus 1. Then it will print minus 1 time PU, right? Which we don't require. This may continue till minus 1000, minus 10,000, and it becomes an infinite loop. Do you understand this case? So we saw that initialization is 10 because we want 10, 9, 8, 7, we gave I minus minus. Now one more thing we need to keep in mind is the condition. Condition also has to change. So instead of less than, we have to give greater than, equal to, and because we are stopping at 1, okay, we need to give as 1. Okay, so if we are using the way of decrementing, let us see what happens here, right? So I am changing the values. First we will start. So I is equal to 10. So 10, is it greater than equal to 1? So condition is 10 greater than equal to 1. I is 10. 10 greater than equal to 1 is the condition. Yes, 10 is greater than 1. True. It will print what? I is 10, so 10 time PU. Now updation 10 minus minus. So 10 minus 1, 9. So now again come back. So come back to condition, check the condition. I is 9. 9, is it greater than equal to 1? 9 is greater than 1. Condition is true. So it prints I is 9. So it prints 9 times PU. We got the first two statements, right? So now when we update I minus minus, so 9 minus 1 updation, I becomes 8, right? So now again go back to condition. Control flow comes here. So I is 8. 8 greater than equal to 1. Yes, 8 is greater than 1. True. So print 8 times PU. So it will print 8 times PU. The next statement. So we get 10, 9, 8. So updation next will be I minus minus. I becomes 7. Right. So in this case, I is 7. Right. So this way it continues. So we have the condition until I is equal to 1. So when we check till I equal to 1, we have printed. Now say I is 1. Okay. So 1 is greater than equal to 1. True. It prints 1 time PU, right? So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we check till 1. Now I is 1. Okay. So it has printed 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it has printed PU 10 times. Now what should happen? I is 1. So when we update this I minus minus, so 1 minus minus, it should become 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now when we check this condition, please note what happens. So I has become 0 now. So we check condition 0 greater than equal to 1. So 0 is neither greater than 1 nor is it equal. So what happens to the condition is it becomes false, right? So condition false, it comes out of the loop. Okay. So we have initialization, condition and updation for decrementing the index. So the first program was by incrementing the index wherein we gave I plus plus, started I from 1 and condition correspondingly we gave I less than equal to number and I plus plus. So when we say using decrement of index, we start I with the greater value. I is started from 10. We check condition I greater than equal to 1 and print whatever we want to print multiple times or whatever we want to execute multiple times. So that is done. And then we have the updation, right? Updation will be I minus minus. Okay. Right. So we have, when we say I minus minus, when we say 0, so last step, that is what we have the doubt which says what happens when I becomes 0. So I'll explain this again. Updation I becomes 0, right? We printed I up to 1, right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We printed till 1. After that, that is 1 time PU, I becomes I minus minus, 1 minus 1 is 0. Now when we come back to check I is 0, 0 greater than equal to 1. So 0 is not greater than 1 nor is it equal to 1. So condition is false. So it will not execute the body of the statement. The control flow comes out of the while loop. Okay. So we are going to print it only for 10 times. So up from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Only 10 times we print it. Is this clear? Okay. One more doubt we have is, can we use float? Yes, we can use float also. Then not a problem. Only thing is regarding memory. Otherwise, we can give float also. No problem. Okay. Float can be given for the declaration of variable. Just take care while printing with the format specifier %F. Okay. So for now, I will keep it as int. You can give float also. Any other doubts? Right? Okay. So it is clear. So we have like one more doubt is I is equal to 10. If condition is I greater than equal to 100, the output will be depending on what is your updation statement. If you give I plus plus, then from 10, it will print 10, 11, 12, 13 up to 100. It will print 100 that many times, right? So it will print 91 times. Okay, we have doubt is I is equal to 10. If we give condition I greater than equal to 100, so in that case, so you check the condition depending on the updation statement the value works. Okay, so here loop does not return any value. Okay, so loop is different from functions like main function. It does not return any value. Loop only will print. So this int is only for the index and the number. Loop does not return, it will only print this statement. Okay, so for functions, when we discuss in the further module, I will tell you about return value and all. So this is only for the variable data type. And this void main also we can write, or we can write int main. So that does not make any difference. Okay. So I hope this is clear. I have unmuted all of you. If you have doubts, you can ask. Hello. Yes. Please be loud and clear when you are asking your doubt. Any doubts, dear students?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So we'll continue with the next type.
Okay, ma'am.
So here, we have, so you have the option to unmute yourself also. You can unmute yourself and ask if you have doubts, right? So let us continue. We have the type of statements. While is the first type of loop which we saw. The syntax here: initialization, condition, and updation. So that is common for any type of loop. So we have three types of loop. The first one we just discussed. Second type is for loop. Let us see the same example. The condition to understand, prerequisite to understand for loop is while loop. Once we understand how while loop works, for loop works exactly same way. The parts of for loop are as follows. So the three parts of loop, any loop remains the same. The syntax is a little different. So when we write for loop, we have this is the syntax. We write for initialization, semicolon, then condition. After that we have a semicolon, and then we have updation. ICU, initialization, condition, updation. So these three parts remain in any type of loop. Initialization is to initialize the index. Condition is to check till what value the statement has to be executed. And updation is either increment, decrement, or if you want, we can multiply, or we can divide, or any type of uh, updation can be done on the index statement. So the statements to be executed multiple times are written inside the brackets. So this is the body of the for loop. So let us say we want to print Presidency University. We will take the same example, print multiple times Presidency University, but we will use for loop. So program 14 tells us to print Presidency University multiple times using for loop. So initialization, right? So the initial things remain the same. We are declaring variables, take input for number, right? So first we are seeing with increment. So when we say that, we have the initialization, I starts from 1, and then we have semicolon. This semicolon indicates the end of initialization. That is part of the syntax, and we should not miss this semicolon. Okay, so after initialization we have condition, and then semicolon, and then updation. So condition is I less than equal to number, updation is I plus plus. Now for this, to see how it works, we have the while loop, and this for loop works very much similar to while loop. Okay, so for loop has the initialization. So initially I is 1. So first we have initialization, I is 1. We say, let us say we have given number as 10. Okay, so 1 is less than 10. Condition is true. Now please note, it does not go to this. After condition, it is going to print the statement first. It will execute the body first. It will print one time Presidency University, and then it will increment, similar to while loop. So first is initialization, okay, and then condition check. Once this is done, then we are going to execute print, okay, and then update. So this is how for loop works. I is 1, I less than equal to 10, true, print one time Presidency University. Then increment I plus plus, I becomes 1 plus 1, 2. Now we don't initialize again. This is ignored. Once we initialize, then we start with condition. Now 2 less than equal to 10, print 2 time Presidency University. Then increment 3, I becomes 3. Okay, so 3 less than equal to 10, 3 time Presidency University. Similarly, it becomes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it has printed 10 times Presidency University. Now let us see what happens. Now it becomes 11. Okay, I plus plus 11. 11 less than equal to 10. 11 is not less than 10, neither is it equal to 10. So condition is false. It comes out of the control comes out of the for loop. So it will print 10 times Presidency University. Okay, so let us see this. I will execute this same program. Okay, so we have for loop example, right? So we have the program for loop, the new screen you can see, wherein we have the program. So that is, we are initializing. First we are declaring the variable and then take input for that number. So we have the for loop here. So for and then we have initialization. Okay, and then we have the condition and updation. So we have the body. So that is print the value Presidency University 10 times. So how many times ever we want. So this is our program. So when we say, let us execute this program. So command, I'm using mingw. So that is GCC. Okay. So we have the example. So when we press this A for execution, so that is say 10 times, right? So we can see that it executes 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5 and prints 10 time Presidency University. Okay, so it has printed the value 10 times. Once I becomes 11, the condition is false and it comes out of the loop, right? So similarly, like we saw, we can have the increment of variable here 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. In case we want to decrement, say we want to start from 10, we will start from 10. Okay, so I is 10. Now condition should be given is because we want it to stop at 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All of these values are greater than or equal to 1. We are having decrement here. Okay, so we will decrement the value, right? So we started I from 10 and decrementing 10, 9, 8 all one by one. We are decrementing the value up to 1. So in this case, we have decremented the values and we print Presidency University. We want to print say 10 times. So we can give like this, or we can start from number. So whatever number we give, right? So that means we start from number. So let us see what happens here. We start from 10, that is input 10. We can directly give 10, then we need not take input here. If we are taking input, we say we want to start from 100 also, we can start, right? So we are taking number because we will start from whatever input we get, right? So let us see. I've just changed this. So I will compile again. Now we give 10. So as we see here, it has printed 10, 9, 8, 7. So instead, if we want to give 5, okay, so I will execute because we gave I equal to number. It should start from 5. Okay. So now we can see it prints 5 times first and 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It has printed only 5 times. Please execute these programs, okay, in your own computer or your mobile, and let me know if you have any doubts. I have unmuted all of you. Okay. So if you
కనీసం వాళ్ళకు ఉండదు అసలు
and
ఏమనుకుంటారని కూడా ఉండదు.
all of you
Decide
please
అయ్యే తీసుకుంటారు
enter
కదా.
your
ఏమన్నా కూడా.
name and roll number in the chat box. I repeat, all of you please enter your name and roll number in the chat box. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay, so we have some 5 minutes for the class. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay, so
కూర్చో ఆడతారంట మా పెద్దయ్య చేసేపోయినా ఈడు రోజుడు ఒకే చోట కూర్చొని
మళ్ళీ అంతగా కొట్టుకుంటారు మళ్ళా
లేదు అక్కడ సందు ఒక ఇన్స్పిరేషన్ అయిపోయింది అందరికి
వాళ్ళు గానే ఆడతారంట
all of you are unmuted. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask. Please enter your name and roll number. Yeah, we have one doubt here. So in the same question, for this I equal to 1, if we write I minus minus, what happens? So in this case, let us see. We have the program here for I equal to 1, I less than equal to number. So we have one doubt. Okay, so we will write I is equal to 1. Okay. I hope the new screen is visible to all of you. So I have displayed the program screen here. We will change I is less than equal, I is equal to 1 and I less than equal to number. Okay. Now if we give I minus minus, what happens? This is a doubt I received. So I is 1 now, I less than equal to number. So it is true. Okay. So now it will print one time Presidency University. Right, as we know, because I is 1, it will print one time Presidency University. Now it becomes I minus minus, so I becomes 0, right? So now I is I minus minus 0, 0 less than equal to say 10. Yes, it is true. So now still condition is true, it will print, first it has printed one time I is 0, now it will print 0 time PU. Okay. So now when we say 0, again it is decrementing minus minus. 0 becomes minus 1. Still minus 1 is less than 10. It will print minus 1 time PU. Now again when we say I minus minus, it becomes minus 2. And it will print minus 2 time PU. And this continues forever, because the condition is never false. So this type is called as infinite loop. Okay, so it is called as infinite loop. Sorry. So we have the loop continuous execution, and this type of loop is called as infinite loop. So we must be very careful when we are giving the condition and updation statement. So depending on whatever is the initialized value, we have to give the corresponding condition and the statement. Otherwise, there are chances of going to an infinite loop. Infinite loop means your statement keeps on executing. So let us see. I will execute this. What happens? I am going to just comment all these things which I just typed so that it will not interfere. So I've just commented. Let us see what happens. Instead of plus plus, we have given minus minus, right? So just save this program and I will execute. Compile and execute. Please note here, I give 10. We expect it to print only 10 times. But you can observe my screen. It is going continuously executing. This is called as infinite loop. It will not stop at all. And we need to stop it, give Control C or Control Z. So as we see, it keeps on executing till minus 24,000 it executed by the time I gave Control C. So this is called as infinite loop. So that is the reason why we need to be very careful while giving the updation as well. So if we give minus minus, it will go to infinite loop. I hope I've answered your query. Any other question? Okay, attendance means the things you are entering your name and roll number. I will be considering that. Okay. Yeah. Any other doubts? All of you are unmuted. Please let me know. So today, I think Zoom has permitted us more than 40 minutes. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Please be loud and clear so that I can hear you. All of you are unmuted. If not, you can unmute yourself also. That option also is enabled. Any doubts? I hope the concepts are clear today. Okay, we discussed while loop and for loop. Okay, so that is the initial cases. So in this case, we have discussed the concept of while and for loop. Please listen to the video, watch the video, and then find out. There is a few more questions. Tomorrow we will discuss these questions in the class, right? Google class will be scheduled according to your timetable. So tomorrow we will discuss the further concept. So, okay, topics for today's quiz, as I have mentioned, is conditional statements. Okay, 5 types. So I have mentioned in your message also. So all the 5 types of conditional statements you will have in today's quiz. It is scheduled at 8 o'clock. So those who have not yet joined the CP Edit class, I think only few of you have not joined. So those people join CP Edit class as fast as possible. All the passcodes and all are given in your class group. Okay, and also in the CP group, join Edit, and these materials are also shared. I will be sharing the proceedings of the class as well. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can watch the video again. You can rewind and play it again and watch it. And those who have doubts, you can message me or you can let me know through many ways. So let me know if you have any doubts. Okay. Okay. So that's it for today's class. Thank you very much.
Huh?
Yes.
Bye, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.